Hey, what's going on? So we have Ralph here, and we have been working together for a while, all the way through this Corona stuff. And he is on the other side of the world, and he's actually weighs the least that he's weighed in 10 pounds, which is a good thing for him. And he has a
Yeah.
really cool story because he started where a lot of people start, where they're struggling. He actually had surgery. Sometimes that really restricts people from making this type of change, eating healthier and actually exercising more because they're worried that their body isn't ready to do that. But he knew that if he didn't make that step and start making some small changes, which we'll talk about, that nothing would happen. So you don't have to have everything perfect. You don't have to be like, even if you're injured, I guess what I'm trying to say is you can still start making strides, especially towards losing weight. And it's actually better to do it small by little because he'll tell you that we were just talking about is that that's exactly what he's done. And now it's ingrained as these habits that he really enjoys in his life. So, Ralph,
Mm.
it's awesome to have you here. I'm super proud of you, first of all. If you could, when you came to me, I know I touched on it a little bit, but kind of tell anyone watching what you were struggling with.
So thank you, Bruno. Now, first of all, I was struggling with my weight and obviously my measurements across the belly and so on. Yeah, belly fat feels terrible, as everybody knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I started at 95 kilogram about. That's a bit over 210 pounds. Since I'm under 6 feet, that's a bit really too much.
Yeah.
Measurement around the navel were 110 centimeters. Quite bad, 110.
Stick with the
Yeah,
100.
it's almost 30 inches, almost 30
Yeah.
inches exactly. Now I'm under 90
Yeah.
it's centimeters, so I lost 20, so I lost 8 inches of circumference on the belly.
Belly, which is an annoying one. And then,
Yeah, exactly.
so yeah, let me just chat. Let me just so big thing, weight and specifically at your belly was really bothersome. And like we said, he couldn't really do a ton. He was literally on his back from a hernia surgery and couldn't exercise
Right.
at all. So he had to get his back and his core in a good spot without really doing much exercise. But then he made really good strides in his nutrition. That's why he's in the spot that he is today. So Ralph, if you could, that's what you're struggling with. I guess what was the biggest help with us working together?
Yeah, first of all, I had my plan. I had kind of knew what I had to do, but first of all, I needed some accountability.
Yeah.
So it's not, secondly, it helps that I have to check in every week. And I even thought that I didn't make progress, I wouldn't make progress, or
Yeah.
even where backsliding was annoying. So I changed, but helped me change my habits.
Great.
So what I did is I only eat in the morning and the evening, nothing in between. So I have water and black coffee in between, nothing else. After 2 or 3 months, the habit is so ingrained that I'm not even in temptation to eat anything,
Great.
even if there's any free food available that tastes well. It simply doesn't occur to me that to eat anything, no temptation.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
That's,
go ahead.
yeah. Yeah, it's important not to rely on willpower. Willpower is limited and it's a short-term thing. You need to have this ingrained habit.
Yeah.
You have to think 2 or 3 months until it's set in.
For sure. Okay, cool. So yeah, big, I think like most people, like you kind of know what to do, right? This isn't rocket science, but you need accountability. And then what you realize is that as you go, there's actually some things that you could do a lot better to keep getting the results. And that's why I'm here is I'm an expert. Like, I mean,
Mm.
just like anything, like if I need my car fixed, I don't go and fix my car because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna ask an expert to do it. So like
Right.
exercise and getting in shape is kind of simple, but it's also a lot more. There's a lot more science and things that that you can learn along the way that can help. So Ralph,
Mhm.
having that mindset for Ralph has been huge because he's accepted feedback. He's not just like, oh, I'm going to do it my way, because it's not going to work because it wasn't working
Mhm.
what he was doing. And he adjusted accordingly. And that's why he has these amazing results, even through coronavirus, where he was sick, like pretty bad at one point still, and couldn't leave his
Yeah.
house. and he's the lightest he's ever been in 10 years. So Ralph, if someone else is struggling out there, maybe they're kind of, they know what to do, or maybe they're even injured and they're like, well, I can't lose weight because I'm injured. I guess, what would you tell them to do?
Weight loss is not about exercise. You can't out-exercise a bad nutrition. You really need to weigh your food, write down your calories every day, and it needs to be balanced. A lot of protein, some fat. Well, instead of fruit, vegetables. I prefer carrots and celery. No apples, no oranges, nothing, just vegetables. It's important to keep the blood sugar under control, because if you raise your blood sugar and it declines quickly, you get these hunger attacks. What you also can rely on is willpower. Willpower is limited. You need it for working and other tasks. So you need that habit. You absolutely need an ingrained habit.
Yeah.
It won't even occur to you that you should to eat anything between meals.
And it's not going to happen overnight. You just got to take steps every day, and a couple months, you're taking those steps and you're seeing the changes. That's why you have to track your progress, like we always do, because it's like when you do something and then you see the results, then it just re-ingrains it in your head. If you're not, this stuff is not really fun to do some days. Paying attention to what you're eating, exercising when you don't want to, like, it's not necessarily an exciting thing, but when you can do exactly what Ralph has done and make it a habit, I mean, you could literally change your life. So Ralph, I want to thank you for all your hard work. It wouldn't have been possible without you putting in the work. So I really appreciate it. Okay.
Thank you.